Hey peeps, it's Tara from the Scary Movie Project, and I've got some cool news to share with you. I'm making a movie. That's right, I'm producing and directing a short, female-driven gothic horror film called The Strangle of Ivy. If you want to see the film, all you have to do is back the Kickstarter at the lowest level. Of course, you'll get a bunch of fun extras and behind-the-scenes content at higher levels too. You can even be a producer. Check it out at bit.ly/The Strangle of Ivy. That's bit.ly/The Strangle of Ivy. I'll see you all over there.
Matt said he wanted to name his imaginary future boat.
Oh, I think I may have mentioned.
One I know.
I think I may have mentioned a couple names. I think.
No, no. You mentioned one name.
I think I know it. I'm going to let you answer it then.
You wanted to name it Nostromo.
I did, right? Was that it?
Which is so
terrible,
ridiculous. Hey peeps, this is the Scary Movie Project, the podcast where we talk about scary movies, share our perspectives as filmmakers, and puke blood and guts and our spoilers all over you.
Blood and guts and wonderful stuff, because tonight is the 50th episode of our show. And of course, because it's so monumental, of course, we're in formal wear here, obviously. Because it's such a monumental evening, we're very excited about it. Seems like it's been more episodes, sometimes less, but I think 50 is good. And cheers to 50 and 150 more, I would have to say, right? I think that's
definitely cheers.
We're very excited about that. Can we help you?
And in honor of the 50th episode, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready to play a game?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Reminiscent of our friend Jigsaw from the wonderful Saw movies. Yes.
I did botch it a little bit. It was, I want to play a game, is what he said.
Excellent movie.
Our friend Jigsaw is here, aka Sarah, aka host of the Wedding Dish and co-host of the Scary Movie Project and co-host of Laughing with Gingers, and our favorite super fan.
Yes, welcome to our wonderful program.
Well, thanks. I'm very happy to be here.
She's going to help us celebrate 50, our golden episode anniversary. Is it 50? Golden? Yes.
I think it's silver.
Silver? Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Is it really?
Guys, I'm getting flushed from the wine already.
Easy does it now. Anyway,
I'm a beer girl.
What? I'm very excited. I'm ready to talk about anything anyone wants. I hope we encourage our viewers to please ask questions in our chat as well. Let's have some fun, yeah? On a wonderful.
Definitely.
I hope everyone is having and had or is still having a great Friday the 13th as well, right? So it was a good day for everybody. And if you're watching AMC, they're showing Friday the 13th part 2 and then part 3 later. So tune in.
I will be watching that later. I'm very excited. I have no TV in here. I'm a little jealous of you, Matt.
I'm all my dedication is focused on this right now. So we'll get to that stuff later. So it's all good.
And in honor of Friday the 13th, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
What do White Christmas and Friday the 13th have in common?
Oh, isn't one of the actors' sons or something, some family member involved, or is something like that in both movies? I don't know.
I was just going to say they're both movies.
Hey, I like that. Way to state the obvious.
They're both movies.
You are right.
You're correct.
You're right. That's true. You're right.
Way to win in on a technicality there, Tara.
I mean, pretty much.
Thank you. That's how I win. So
pretty much.
So in episode 16, Matt referenced White Christmas when you brought in your trivia that Bing Crosby was related to one of the actors in Friday the 13th.
There you go.
Right.
That's probably why I remember then. Okay.
She's bringing back stuff that we said and
Bing
I
Crosby.
don't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember saying it specifically, but I guess I remember part of it then. That's interesting. All right.
No fair bringing back stuff I said.
Sure
Can't expect me to remember
I'm sure there's plenty of
any
stuff
of that.
we both said. So
I guess I should keep score here.
there's plenty of things that we both said that we regret. Right? We've all said things we regret.
That's true. Including me on this show.
No, we don't regret anything.
I'm giving you both a point for that, and I am keeping score.
Yes, I get a point.
So before we dive into some of that, we're gonna mix this up here, if that's cool with you all.
Okay.
Mix it up, man. Let's go.
All right. So we're gonna do a little bit of trivia about, and some of it is like, things that each of you have said in previous episodes of the Scary Movie Project.
Okay.
Some of it is personal stuff that I just want to know a little bit of background behind the scenes of Matt and Tara life.
Okay.
It's not
Wait, do
very
we get
interesting.
scored on that part too?
No, you
How
don't
interesting!
get scored on
How interesting your life
Okay,
is.
woo, good.
Yeah, mine's not very interesting. So
that.
I don't know what I like to do. I don't know.
what kind of person am I?
Who am I?
Am I type A? Am I type B? What's wrong with me?
Oh, we're all gonna have like midlife crises on here.
Let's do it.
Oh boy. All right. So I want to know how each of you got into film.
You want to go first, Matt?
I can go first. You know what? My story is not super original. It's kind of one you hear from a lot of people, quite frankly. I had a camera when I was a kid. I think we had a neighbor who worked for the Washington Post. And we used to get a bunch of old tapes. Oh, it's not old tape. We get VHS tapes of like season premieres of shows before they aired, which is really cool. And he had a camera, and it was an old camera, and he gave it to us. I'm talking, the Danny Tanner joint that would sit on your shoulder from Full House with the full-size VHS in it. I would just take that thing and I would just shoot videos of just nonsense all day long, right? That's all I would do. I'd do stop motion stuff every kid does, right? With a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Random stuff with friends in my family, whatever. And it just, became that. And then it was, okay, I want to watch these movies. Then it was, I want to do more than watch movies. I want to know how they made these movies. How do I do this? How do I learn to do this? How do I learn how TV works? How do I learn how film works? How do I learn how live production works? And to now, it's like, here I am now. It just kind of that was how it started. I think a lot of, like I said, it's not original. A lot of people you read about, they had a camera when they were a kid. Eli Roth is like one of my heroes. He had a camera when he was a kid and he did all this stuff. That's how it starts. It was really, and it was the scary movies. I want to watch them, but then it was more. It was like, I have to do more than just watch them. I have to know how they were made. Where was this shot? Who was the actor? And it just snowballs into then you get to the point of, what? I'm just going to learn how to do this. And like, how do you shoot this? How does all this stuff work? I think that's encompasses how I got into it, I guess. Yeah.
I love that.
And I taught myself most of the stuff. I've had structured. Tara and I can talk about a structured program to do it in, but a lot of stuff is the age of YouTube, where you could learn a whole lot of stuff and hands-on stuff from just having jobs and gigs that I did over the years of just learning and doing it.
So I'll tell you how I got into it, but then I'll tell you how we met, how Matt and I met, if you want to know that too.
I was hoping you would lead into that.
I will lead into that for you. Queen of transitions today. So I did have a video camera when I was a little kid, and I made a couple little goofy movies, which I kind of wish were still around.
Oh my God. Seriously, you're not kidding. Someone was telling me the other day, I wish if I could have those tapes from 25, 35 years ago. Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
My friend
I have
Becca
that
and I,
stuff in my life, and it's embarrassing. I'm just going to tell you.
If I had a tape from 35 years ago, that would be amazing.
I have it from me acting and being on stage, but I don't have the little videos that I made, which I made a Jack and the Beanstalk with my friend Becca that I thought was a masterpiece.
And I bet when you were 12 or whatever, 10, it was probably. However old you were, it doesn't matter.
I played the giant, but I was really small. Okay. And so the whole idea was that I was a giant where I came from. Brilliant. We were brilliant. Okay.
Yes.
It's probably so bad, but
no, it's not.
I'm sure it is because we were little kids, but we thought we were so clever.
You want to know what the best too about that? Oh, sorry, I interrupt you. I'm sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
Before I knew how to edit, when I was like a kid, they didn't have editing systems when you and I were kids. Kids, they did not have that.
Camera.
They did not have, right. So I used to make for titles, I would write them on paper and I'd put them on top of something and I'd fill the camera frame with the titles and I'd shoot them sequentially in the frame. So that was my titles and then the movie would start. I would do it all in order. It was perfect.
Oh my God. See,
Perfect.
I didn't do titles or anything.
Oh yeah. I did all that.
Because I was still, so when I was little, I wanted to be an actor and that was my thing.
Right.
And I was in theater.
I wanted to direct the show. I didn't want to act. Yep.
And I majored in musical theater in college and I was going to go be on Broadway until I decided I'd rather go to LA because it's warmer there. But anyways, I majored in musical theater. I did all this theater. I acted in LA for a little while and then in DC. And then I started a horror theater with a couple of my friends called, it was based on Le Théâtre de Grand Guignol. It was called Molotov Theater Group. And I co-artistic directed that for 3 years. And that's how I realized I don't want to just act. I want to like do all of the things, but I'm a little bit of a gadget freak. So I was like, I want to play with toys. So I went to Montgomery College and I took a class in radio production and a class in video editing.
Yeah.
And I just loved video so much.
Yeah.
So I took another couple classes there.
I know the feeling.
I worked at their Montgomery College television station for like a year and a half as a student producer. And then I signed up for Boston University's Center for Digital Imaging Arts, which Matt did too. And we were in class together and we became friends pretty quickly, I'd say. I feel like we bonded more than with anybody else in the class.
Yeah, I loved everybody, but I think, yeah.
Everybody was great, but I feel like we kind of very quickly were like, all right, we're buds.
Yeah.
We're buds here. So, and that was
a long time ago. I was just thinking about it the other day. It was a long time.
Like 14 years ago now?
It's 2010.
Okay, so it was a little less than that, but close.
A long time ago, and that was great. And that was I think, that was, I mean, it was awesome. For me, it was the place where, I knew 65% of it, but I needed that structure to get that 35-40% that I still needed.
Yeah. And it was great because it was very hands-on and you got out what you put in. Like you really did. So we were always checking out gear and trying to make things. We made our own little documentary on ghost stories in where did we go? Occoquan, right? Ghost stories in Occoquan.
And you should watch it. It's
there
good.
Are so many.
It's what?
And they're so proud of them.
It stands up. I think it's pretty good. I thought
it was pretty good. They loved their ghost stories, and I freaked myself out in a haunted bathroom.
Yes, the Indian in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, it was insane.
I remember that. That was fun.
It was so much fun and such good stories.
Yeah, that was a good project. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we got to be friends.
I thank you for folding both of those in. You just eliminated my need to ask a second question.
Right.
So,
you're welcome.
That's so much fun. So I've got to ask, why horror?
Yeah, how do you answer that question? Okay. I don't know, 8, 9 years old, summer vacation, go to the movie store. I don't know what to tell you. I just got drawn to that section, the 99-cent, rentals. I think one of the first, I really have been trying to think about this. I really think that one of the first ones I ever watched was Friday the 13th Part 3. I really had to have been like 9, 10 years old. And I just rented a whole ton of them and I would just watch them. And it just, as they say, the rest is history.
Oh my God. No.
Like, I mean, I guess that's the best way I can put it. It's one of those things where it's something I love, but it's hard, sometimes it's hard to explain the genesis of it at the same time,
Yeah, I get it.
I know my genesis because when I was a kid, I was scared to death of horror movies. I've talked a little bit about how I came to horror movies late, but I tried to read a Goosebumps book and I stopped like 20 pages in because I was so scared.
That's hilarious.
I could not do it. But God, I don't probably 14 or so years ago now, I got cast as the lead bad guy in a local independent horror film, Women's Studies. And it was so much fun. And I got to slice people's throats open and hamstring people. Well, not hamstring, Achilles heel. Like I got someone's Achilles heel.
Pet Cemetery?
Achilles heel. I mean, it was like, and the blood everywhere. And it was just, it was so much fun. And I think it gave me the separation that I needed to be able to enjoy horror movies and like appreciate what they're doing. And ever since that, I just fell in love with them. Like that was it. So I came to the horror love late, but I came in hard.
It doesn't matter when you come to the party.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
As long as you show up, man. As long as you show up, that's all that matters.
I love it so much. Okay.
Oh, wait, before we go on, I have to shout out Mr. William Vaughn, who said, Happy Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th to you, Bill.
Bill is here. Thank you for pointing that out. For those of you, more plugs, of course, please watch our episode on sound in the horror film, starring Bill Vaughn, who is a sound engineer and was awesome, who joined us, and we talked about
and he knows so much
sound throughout the history of film. So, and we're glad he's joining us now.
Yeah,
and don't forget to drop your questions in chat.
Can we ask him some questions?
You could probably answer. He could probably answer you in chat.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll get there. But first.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Never.
Okay. What was the name Matt said he wanted to name his imaginary future boat?
Oh, I think I may have mentioned. I think I may have mentioned a couple names. I think.
No, I absolutely no. You mentioned one name.
I think I know it. I'm going to let you answer it then.
You wanted to name it Nostromo.
I did, right? Was that it?
Which is so
terrible,
ridiculous. And I said it would be like naming a spaceship Jaws. I mean, a spaceship, the Orca.
Didn't
Titanic.
Didn't I think of another stupid name to name my boat?
Okay.
Now, I don't know why I'd buy a boat because I don't really like the water anyway. I wouldn't buy a boat. But I thought of some other stupid name too, but I do remember saying the Nostromo. Yeah, that would not have gone well, would it? That wouldn't turn out well.
No, that's asking for trouble.
No, it's really not. Yeah. It's not good.
It made me laugh so hard that it was like I was doing yard work out front and it was like embarrassing.
My boat is named after a garbage. Isn't the Nostromo a garbage ship? Like a garbage trawling?
I think they're salvage.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're salvage, I think.
Well, it didn't go well for the Orca in Jaws, and it didn't go well for the Nostromo either. So.
Or no, are they mining and it's salvage in the second movie?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I forget.
I don't remember. It's some sort of salvage garbage, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't name your car or anything after it. Don't do it.
No.
Just
don't do that.
Just don't.
Anything that goes down in a terrible situation should not be your inspiration.
Yeah, it really. I mean, yeah, not at all.
No.
This is how I found out Tara didn't listen to your episodes originally, because I texted her and I was like, you need to get Matt a like fake Titanic that is named like with the placard on the back, and she was like, what are you talking about?
See, now you're like totally giving me away. I do.
Well, now. that was a full year ago.
I was so afraid to listen to our episodes that I just was like, Matt edits them. He knows they sound good. I'm just putting it out. I was too afraid to listen to myself.
And they do sound good.
But you do.
If I do say so myself.
Sarah and our friends told me you need to listen because you need to know how it goes and
you gotta listen
and all that stuff. So I finally started listening.
Oh my God. Okay, you ready for another trivia question?
Sure.
Okay. So this is a question for Tara, actually, specifically.
Okay.
So we're going to see if she remembers this.
Okay.
What trivia did you share in the Jaws episode, which is episode 30, that someone gave to you that stumped Matt?
Yes, the Lady of the Dunes. I know this one. Sarah told me that trivia about the Lady of the Dunes. She was unfortunately the victim of murder. out there, and she had apparently been an extra on the set of Jaws.
Okay.
And Matt, that's where we stumped you because you hadn't heard that before.
Yeah, no, I still don't really. I mean, I remember you saying it now, but I still don't know much about it. So yeah, okay.
And Sarah's
Right.
so naughty. She specifically gave it to me to see. She was like, see if you can stump Matt. I bet he won't know this one.
Good.
I bet he won't know it.
I'd love to be stumped. Hey, yeah, that's awesome.
It made my day.
Great.
Okay. Matt, this one's for you.
Okay.
What was the first horror movie Tara ever saw?
Oh, damn it.
She says it in the episode.
I know. What episode does she say it in? Of the movie that we're talking that we're trying to figure out. Oh shoot.
I can't tell you. I can give you one hint.
I think
that doesn't make it.
Yeah, hint, please. Yeah, give me the hint.
It was my favorite episode.
He doesn't remember which episode you talked about and said was your favorite either.
You know what? I feel like a jerk because I should know the answer to this, honestly.
I introed this episode as a bonus episode.
Okay, you know what? I should know this too. Am I just randomly guessing this, or is it Poltergeist?
No.
What is it?
It's Candyman.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Shit. I should know that. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Now I will mentally.
So technically, I think I did see at least part of Killer Clowns from Outer Space when I was younger.
Oh, well, that's not really much of a horror movie. It's more of a comedy.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the whole thing though because it scared me. I made my dad come in. He was working in the garage, and I made him come inside.
Wow.
But I think
kind of scary.
I think Candyman's the first one I ever saw like all the way through.
Candyman's pretty great. Okay. I now know this. All right. I'm sorry. I feel bad that I didn't know this now. All right.
And I left my friend's house and wouldn't go back for 3 hours.
Wow. It is scary.
They said Candyman in the mirror. And then Tara was like, nope, I'm out. And she watched the whole thing backward.
I'm out.
Yep. I was like, I'm out. And we all just, I left the house and they all came after me and we walked around their neighborhood for like 3 hours until I calmed down and could go back inside.
How old were you?
I don't really want to say.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
No,
that's fine.
I was like 15.
I mean, it's a scary
You
movie.
said it in the episode.
It's a scary.
I think I was like movie. 15. I was so scared.
See, I don't know that I've listened to that one since we did it, and that was a long time ago. So, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I must have been 15 because if I was 16, I think I would have just gotten in my car and driven home.
Right. There you go. It's a good way to remember.
Matt, that is a testament to your memory, though, because I really thought you would get that because your memory is so freaking amazing.
It is Steel Trap, kind of like, but yeah, and I don't know everything.
Mine is not, but
I don't know everything. I'm sorry.
And Tara's is like a sieve, so I have to have some gimmies for her.
But I think I'm winning.
You are up by 1. I haven't decided if I'm taking away Matt's point for that.
It's gotta be a competition. Everything's got to be a competition. Why don't we get participation trophies? What's up with that?
Don't do that shit here.
This is Saw, man. She doesn't give participation trophies.
Obviously not.
You live or you die.
Yeah, obviously not. All right. I get it.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of a break. Tell me, why did you all start this scary movie project?
Can I go first?
You go because you're the one who wanted to start it.
Okay, yeah. And I'll give you, so I've done a couple podcasts and I had put them on my website and I did them under my company, right? And they were fun and I liked doing them and I wanted to do more of them. And I guess 2 years ago, right? This time, holy crap, really? 2 years ago was it? We decided? It must have been. I hit her up one day and I was like, look, I want to do a couple more. Let's talk. I had you on for one of them. We did one a couple years ago.
Yep.
And I said, why don't we do a couple more? We can talk like genres. We can do whatever. We can do a couple, like a series of them. She was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm in with it. All right, we'll figure it out.
So this was for his little podcast that he was doing on his website. So he didn't put it on Apple You didn't put it on Apple Podcast or anything, did you? You did. Okay.
I did. And they were just going to be once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe two over 2 months. Not often, really, just for fun, really. And I said, let's do it. She said, I'm in. And then I remember getting a call like days or weeks later, like, no, we're not doing that route. We're starting an entire thing. And she's like, this is how it's going to happen. We're doing this and we're going to do that. And I'm like, I'm in. Let's go.
My bossy bee came out and I was like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're doing a real podcast.
And I was
we're going to give it its own
it.
name. Yep. It's going to be its own thing.
Yep.
It's going to be, we're going to do it up.
It made sense. She was like, basically, why don't we just make a whole thing? Why not? And I said, yeah, it doesn't have to be exclusive to my site. Let's do it. I don't care. That would be great. This would be an excellent idea. So you get the kudos for pushing it and getting it really going. Yeah.
Yeah, but I never would have done it if you hadn't suggested it all. Like I would have just sat around because I had always wanted to do a podcast and I kind of was like, I don't really know what to do though. And I don't really have anyone to do it with. And I just never would have done it until you were like, do you want to come and do this with me?
Yeah. Awesome. So that's good. It worked out really well. Yeah. That was a lot of, it was really funny. She was like, let's do this, this, and this. And I was like, okay, let's go. I'm in. I just want to talk about scary movies and publish them. I mean, let's just do it.
And then Superfan Sara came on and was like, and you need to do this and this and this. And we're trying, Sarah.
A lot of bosses telling us what to do here. You know what? Well, that's the thing. Like it needs to be, no matter what, it needs to be fun, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, and it has
Sarah's
been
great because she already has 2 podcasts. So she's really been helpful.
Well, I think what's really good too is the fact, we talk about our, experience in production. You and I know what we're doing. We're not grabbing,
Sarah can't stop laughing.
We're not grabbing an iPhone.
Because I'm just laughing. Like you brought 2 redheads in. What did you think was like I just can't stop.
But you know what? But it was all wonderful things that happened. There was nothing bad that happened.
We just get shit done.
Right. But that the thing that's great about it is that we're not sitting here on our phones, recording some crummy audio and posting it and randomly talking for 3 hours. We know what we're doing. We're setting this stuff up right. We sound good. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I think we produce a halfway decent program.
I mean, my door looks fantastic.
Don't I look wonderful? I look fantastic. Yes.
I love
darling, you look wonderful. Scream Queen Tara.
And Matt's in black tie. I mean, not to be overlooked.
Yeah, not to be overlooked. The duds
50th
are
episode
spiffy tonight.
I mean, why would I not be in formal wear for something like this? Obviously, and my flower, is on there as well. It's great, really. I really couldn't look better if I tried.
Not really.
Not really. No. So.
This is peak Matt.
Pretty much.
It's so good. It's just perfect. I mean, I could not ask for a better Friday the 13th evening.
Yes.
Truly. Although you did technically get dressed for prom night, which does scare me quite a bit.
We did. We reviewed. We did review that also a while ago.
Yeah.
A while back.
We did. The later one, not the earlier one.
Good point. Remake, because we had our guest Brianne Davis on, right? Who was in with that. That's right. Not the original Jamie Lee Curtis, although you should watch that. It's a good movie.
No, but I don't think the one that Brianne was in was a remake. I think it was just a different movie still called Prom Night. Wasn't it a little bit different?
There were different things about it. I mean, it was the same premise, right? Basically, yes.
Anyway,
she was great.
Yeah.
It was
a nod to it. A nod to it. There we go.
Yeah. It wasn't I was entertaining. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Are you ready for another live or die question here?
Okay. Oh, somebody else said happy Friday the 13th. Thank you, Hyper 3 Cube.
Yay.
You too.
It's a good day.
In which movie does Tara think she sees the Grinch's face in smoke?
Oh, I do not remember that at all.
Oh my God, did I just...
In smoke. I think we're failing.
I saw the Grinch's face in smoke?
Failing to live up to your expectations.
If I get both of you, I get this point.
All right, I'm going to have a guess,
do.
but do I get a hint? Do we get a hint again here? Do I get like a phone a friend thing or what? Do I get something here?
Somebody in the audience, tell us quick.
Give me some love. Give me some help here.
After this episode, I emailed and requested a whole series of them.
Oh, does Tara despise this movie?
Yes, she does.
The answer is Children of the Corn.
I knew it as soon as you said you requested a whole series of them, but I didn't want to say it.
I've been pushing that for the entire series because we're not going to go there. But okay, Children of the Corn.
I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't get it. It's dumb.
Read the short story. Read the short story.
And
really
it's
good.
dumb.
So Sci-Fi tried to make, they did their own take on it. You remember years ago, Sci-Fi started making their own films for low budget for Saturday nights, and they made one, and it was what it was. It was low budget. It wasn't very good, but they try to be more faithful because the short story is great. Mm-hmm. It's different parts of it that I like more than the movie. I like the original movie personally. I do. I know it's not for everybody, but
I'll have to read the short story and see if it's any better.
It's good. I like it.
I'll put my judgy pants on.
Yes, Stephen King. He's the man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, are you ready for
I've only
one?
read The Shining, but I did like The Shining.
Who
Me
does?
too.
Excuse me. The Shining. Did anyone read Dr. Sleep, by the way, the sequel to The Shining, and then watch the movie?
No.
Oh my God, so good. Anyway.
I started the movie, but I didn't love it. Oh you guys, I'm sorry. I got wine in my...
It's a love letter to The Shining, and it's amazing. Don't die.
Really?
Oh, the book is terrific. Read the book, then watch the movie, please.
I have so many questions about this, and I know that that's not what our episode is about, but I have to ask, Stephen King allowed another movie to be made of this same kind of storyline. He was like, okay with that after he hated The Shining so much?
Yeah, we know. I think he was involved. I don't know how much, but I actually don't know how much he enjoys. I don't know how much he liked the adaptation of this. I loved it. I mean, the last half an hour, if you love the universe and The Shining, you're going to be like,
I didn't make it through it.
Yeah, I really
we watched
enjoyed
like the first 10 minutes and we're like, this is kind of boring and annoying.
10 minutes. Got to give more than that. Anyway, moving on.
Matt, I've
Hyper 3 Cube says Dr. Sleep was pretty good, so I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely voted off the island at this point, Tara.
I am.
No, we wouldn't do that.
I'm picky about my horror movies.
We wouldn't do that. Anyway, sorry, I'm tangent. Go ahead.
What is your, Matt, I have to know, what is your favorite Stephen King novel?
Pet Sematary, I think. I've read it 3 times.
I haven't read that one yet.
I read it once when I was younger, before I was like 15 or something. Then I read it again maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And then I read it again a couple years ago, right before the remake came out. So I've read it 3 times now. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
I haven't read it yet. I like the movie though.
The movie's great. Love the book. Tolerate the sequel. The remake is so.
I didn't watch it. Now I'm kind of glad.
Read the book.
The remake, you mean? You didn't watch?
Yeah, it just read. I always tell people read. That's what I loved when I was younger. I would because I saw The Shining when I was a kid, like 12. So I didn't before I read the book, whatever. But then I did my best to read all his books first and then watch the movies. I've tried. I read almost everything now at this point. So there's a couple I still got to do. But that was always fun because you invent the characters. They look like in your head, and then you watch them. You're like, well, that's not that person. Like that's not them. So
I live in that world too.
Yeah.
Okay. Real life question now. Right. You're not getting graded on this questions. One. Or do you want more trivia? Because I have
I'm here.
19.
No, I'm here for a real life question.
Questions.
I don't know if you saw, but we did get a question on one of our Instagram posts. So I need to get that one in at some point.
Okay.
I did not. You can ask that whenever. And also I'm not watching the chat because I have my document over.
I got it. I'm on the chat, my friends. I'm watching you.
Fire at will. Let's go.
All
y'all.
What scary movie was your or did you have the same experience as me as growing up in 80s / in the 90s, where when you were homesick, that was when you saw all your scary movies on TV?
See, I am afraid I can't answer that well because that's really all I watch, so it doesn't really matter.
And I didn't watch them at all in the 80s and 90s.
I don't know how to really.
I was when I was homesick. You know what I watched in high school when I was homesick? I watched Nick at Night and
Nice.
Nickelodeon and like all the like.
What shows did you watch
Nick
on
at Night
Nick
was
at
at night, but I watched Dobie O'Gillis.
Oh wow!
I watched Bewitched.
Old
I
60s
watched
stuff. Yeah.
what were the two cousins who were twins? Those girls. I watched that one. Yeah,
that
I
stuff
just
is
watched a
not on
bunch
the
of
air
like
anymore.
old movies.
Wow.
Old TV shows.
There wouldn't be one specific thing for me. It was just, I watch them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think that's not NA if I was filling something out. NA.
Hyper 3 Cube says that the best Stephen King movie adaptation. We'll see if you agree with this, Matt.
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive.
All right. Emilio Estevez. Okay. Mighty Ducks. Let's bring that up.
Emilio Estevez and AC/DC.
And yes. Thunderstruck is one of the great songs to get pumped up to before you like go do something or work out. And Emilio Estevez, personally, like I said, Mighty Ducks for me. But yes, Maximum Overdrive, I've heard a lot of people do enjoy it. And
I have to admit, that is one that because I came to horror movies late, I have not seen. So
I haven't seen it in a very long time. Very long time. It's not great.
I'm going to need to watch that one now.
But yeah, check it out. Yeah, okay,
I haven't seen it either.
We like the comments. Good.
I'm glad that I have a new one on my list. Okay.
Okay.
Oh God, she's laughing. It's going to be a horrible one. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I'm scared.
Okay. What do the Hoff, David Lynch, and Rancid have in common?
Well, we love the Hoff, right? Who doesn't love the Hoff? And who doesn't love the video of him singing at the Berlin Wall, right? That's like the greatest hilarious video of all time.
This is Scary Movie Project related.
Yeah, I know. I'm just rambling. Okay.
And it's something that we probably said, so we should know the answer.
David Hasselhoff. Who else?
Come on, guys, help us out.
It's in the description of this episode.
Oh, I wrote that. Oh,
so,
God.
Yeah, I was going to say, you wrote it. Wait, hold on. David Hasselhoff. What else, please? One more.
David Lynch, David Hasselhoff, and Rancid.
I like Rancid. They got some jams.
But actually, Rancid might be what's throwing you.
All right.
Maybe let's focus on David Lynch. What does Twin Peaks have to do with the Scary Movie Project?
I love Twin Peaks. I know. Tales of Halloween.
Yes!
Yeah.
And why do I know that?
What he said.
Because our guest was in Twin Peaks: The Return. This guy.
Wait, now how did David Hasselhoff come in?
Who's naughty on this plane? This guy.
I forgot.
I don't know how the Hoff fits into that one or Rancid because the dude played in the band. Our guest and Rancid is like
yes.
Rock on, dude. Rancid.
So they're all from the same. They're all mentioned in that episode.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good.
Okay.
Yes, with Christoph.
With Christoph, yeah. Oh, he's so great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
We love Christoph.
He is fabulous. That is episode 36, in case anyone wants to know. He also is a stunt double. So
and I remember I had to have him remind me who his character was in The Return. And once he told me, I was like, oh, of course, yes. So that was awesome.
Yeah, he's the serial killer. He kills like 7 or 8 people.
He does. He's not nice. Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
I think it would mess with me to act as a villain.
I would think it'd be fun to be a villain. It's fun. Yeah. Because
it's so much fun.
It's different than most anything, right? Yeah, sure.
I guess it depends on the style of movie. Like if it's like really realistic and serious, I can see it might be like a little tough to do. But if it's a little more campy and it's like zany a little bit, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like Monster, I think would be really hard.
Ooh,
but if I was
Monster, I think would probably be hard.
I saw that
rock Bane
like a year ago.
Yeah, I think Monster's pretty hard. Would be hard.
I actually had to turn that movie off when I was watching it. It like bothered. It like hurt my heart so bad.
I finally watched it like a year ago. I liked it. It was good.
It was one of the first dates Philippe and I had. He put that on. How strange!
That's a little odd. I don't think I'd.
Philippe, what are you doing?
Movies.
Probably not the move I'd make, but
what are you doing, Philippe?
To each his own.
Well, I guess it worked. So
I was gonna say.
It's like 15 years later, but I still remember it. I was like,
I can't watch this, but I really like you.
Yeah. Why am I watching this awful movie?
And you've really killed the mood for the evening, but
Right.
Well, I mean, that's something. A guy who's not afraid to kill the mood. That's impressive.
True. I mean, and he's not wrong. I do like true crime. You know, he had
Everyone
my best
does.
interest in heart, and
everyone
always has. Okay. You ready for another one?
Okay.
Here we go. During which episode does Matt tell Tara that John Landis is famous for having a sign in his movies that says, "See you next Wednesday"?
This is a duh, and you please get this. I mean, if I'm thinking of the right thing, I think it's a duh. I think it's an easy answer.
During which episode does Matt tell Tara that John Landis is famous for having a sign in his movies that says, "See you next Wednesday"? Although Matt does say it's either Tuesday or Wednesday.
I think it's Tuesday, but that's not the point.
It's Wednesday. I looked it up today.
Okay. All right, good. I am 100% sure of the answer to this, but I won't answer it. So I'll let you.
You might have to, because I can't remember. I have a memory sort of it being said.
Okay.
But I don't remember for the life of me what episode it was in.
All right.
Okay, Tara, I've got to ask you a question.
All right.
What episode did you review a movie or discuss a movie that John Landis directed?
Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest thing I could possibly think of to say, right? I mean, I'm happy to jump in if I need.
Wait, was it Gremlins? No, he didn't direct Gremlins.
No.
I think she loses a point for this.
I think I lose a point. I don't remember. Oh no, I'm so embarrassed.
It's not fun to take away a point when you just give up the point, Tara.
I shouldn't have.
Do I get to swoop in and answer this now?
Matt, exclamation point.
I mean, it has to be American Werewolf in London. The very first episode we ever did. It's our first episode.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's our first episode.
God.
That's all right. It's all right. We're not here.
That was so long ago, though, you guys.
It was rough too. That recording was rough.
Bonus episode of it.
That recording was a little bit rough.
That's true.
But yeah, he has.
Just do it. I didn't listen to it when we did the bonus, though. I just put it in
his movies. He's always got, outside the porno. See you next Wednesday. He always puts those into his movies. They're interesting.
Yeah. That's because I was remembering. I was like, I literally remember like what the sign looked like. I was like, I remember what the sign looked like, and I don't remember what movie it was in.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good one.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
All right. Real life question. How did you come up with the name, or why did you end up selecting and going with the name? Because I know how you came up with it, but
I know.
Scary Movie Project.
Well, there's a couple reasons, but do you want me to answer this one, Matt?
No, go ahead.
All right. So, it's based off the Blair Witch Project. But we actually did think of a bunch of other ideas to begin with. We had thought of all these other ideas, and they were all taken. And then we kind of were talking about movies and stuff, and we were like, Blair Witch Project is great. What about Scary Movie Project?
It's pretty amazing.
Like, it just kind of came up, and we were like, it works. It works perfectly because of Blair Witch, and Blair Witch is Matt's favorite movie.
It's not my favorite, but it's pretty
one of his favorites.
Yes, it's pretty great.
So we were like, this is kind of perfect. And Ed Sanchez lives in our area. So a little tribute to our man, Ed, who was on, which number episode was that?
That was Seventh Moon, came on? Right? We had him on.
Seventh Moon. Yeah, I don't remember what number episode it was, but it was pretty early on.
One of the first 10, if not the first 5 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, pretty early on.
Episode 8.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Okay,
it was
he came on and
July,
talked about his movie Seventh Moon.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about one of his lesser known ones. We're going to try and get him back to talk about Blair Witch soon. So
that's going to be if you want to watch.
I told you.
If you want to watch Ultimate Fanboy embarrass himself right here, boy, I'll tell you when that happens. Oh my goodness, that's going to be bad. Anyway. Yes.
Matt's going to be like all like spit stains and like red in the face.
It's entirely possible. I tell you what.
Okay, I have a trivia question about that I didn't put on my list, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Okay.
Do you know how they came up with the name, the Blair Witch Project?
Blair High School.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right. Was it his sister he went there, or his sister went there?
He went there.
Right.
He went there, yeah.
Yep. Right.
Sarah knows that too.
Yep.
Yeah, because I taught with the teacher that helped them with the script.
What, you mean the Blair Witch isn't real?
Shh, don't tell Matt.
This is like a Santa Claus moment for me. What are you talking about?
She lives right behind Tara's house, I think.
No, I'm not going over there. No, I think she lives in the basement of my friend's house. They rented in West Virginia. Actually, I think that's where the Blair Witch lives. If you saw that basement, you would think so too. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay, so let's see. Can I ask the Instagram question?
Please.
Yeah. It's your show.
So,
I'm just living in it.
So another Sarah, who we know.
I think I read this, but yes, read it.
Asks, why are horror movies important to you, and what makes horror movies an important kind of entertainment?
Okay. Would you like to go first?
Oh, you don't want to answer first, do you? Okay, I'll go first.
I'll answer. I don't mind.
Oh, okay. He was like, will you go first?
No.
No, I'll go first.
You might as well just continue. But
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think horror movies are important because they allow us to feel fear in a safe environment where you can sort of address your fears and grapple with scary things and not actually be in danger. So I think it's actually psychologically very good for you to be able to do that. I also, personally, I am big on, I think theater and film really allow people to get in other people's shoes that they wouldn't normally like have experiences from other people. And we get to learn more about the human psyche and how people react to things. And horror movies are always pretty much the most strenuous, stressful situation that you could put someone in, right? So I love seeing how just regular humans, regular people react in these really extreme, difficult situations. I think that's fascinating. And I think that it all reveals a little bit about ourselves as the human race.
I mean, there's not much more I can say. You that's exactly right. That is. It's about being scared. It's good for you. I mean, how many dates have happened in a scary movie, right? I mean, think about that. The demographic for it. I think everything you said was really what I was going to pretty much say. I think they're good for you. And I think that's safe fear. Fear of your house being on fire, fear of someone chasing you for real is not good. That's not good. That's distress and eustress and whatever they call it, I guess. This is fun. Yeah. This is entertainment. This isn't real. There's enough like scary stuff. Like, you know what? I know Bill's listening, and Bill, this is a friend of ours, Bill, that quoted this years ago. Someone told me, there's enough scary things in the world, scary movies, whatever. There's enough scary things, but I think it's a good escape. Yeah, it's good for you. It's entertainment. It's not real.
For me, that's part of why I really like more unrealistic scary movies, as opposed to very realistic serial killer,
like Seven, or
House at the End of the Lane, like those kind of horror movies.
I got you.
Because they really
Michael Myers.
I empathize and they get me, but more supernatural and more like unrealistic ones.
Leprechaun.
I can enjoy a little more. To go back to Blair Witch for a moment.
Yes.
Hyper 3 Cube says, one time Matt dragged my wife and I to all the Blair Witch filming locations, and it was very romantic.
There you go.
So.
I mean, I think Matt should give tours.
I mean, they're beautiful locations out in the woods.
You know what? I can give you the Exorcist tour anytime. I will give you the Blair Witch tour if you'd like. I've done a Friday the 13th kind of my own tour, but we have to go to Jersey for that. So it's a little bit more dry. But I am open to tours. Please let me know, and I'll confirm my availability with you at one of these days.
We are, spoiler, doing an Exorcist tour, just the three of us. In a couple weeks.
Well, with one other person.
Many times.
Well, yes, true. Although, who knows? She might she might bail out by then. I doubt it.
Not.
I doubt it. She's usually along for the ride. Although not a scary movie fan.
No.
You know how many people go to see that place and don't know anything about it? They just want it because it's famous, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I pointed it every time. That's like one of the things that I actually point out when we drive, because you're also always stopped at that intersection. Like when you're getting on to M Street, you're like, if you're coming in from Virginia, and Matt and I both live in Virginia.
I don't know why, but my mom, when I was a little kid, used to always point them out to me, and I never knew what she was talking about. She would be like, it's the Exorcist stairs. And I would be like, the what? And she'd be like, there's this movie and she gets possessed and the priest falls down these stairs. And I was like,
why have we not done that movie, by the way?
But I was like a little kid.
We have not.
Wait, you haven't done it?
Tell me about that.
No, we have not. We have not.
My gosh, in my mind, you have. Okay, consider this my formal request.
Oh, hey, okay. It sounds like a resignation.
I don't.
We will do it.
I don't have to email you about this one.
Yeah, no, we will. I mean,
we definitely will.
It'll be done. And in fact, yeah, I have some ideas. But anyway, definitely no.
Well, we have to get through to Exorcist. Is it 3 that's the really good one?
I love 3. I'm with you on that.
3 is so good.
It's pretty interesting because the first one's what a lot of people say the scariest movie ever, and then it's insane because part 2 is generally, not just me, generally viewed as one of the worst, not just sequels, one of the worst movies ever made. I mean, it is a disaster.
And then 3 is horrifying.
A different type of like auteur movie. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it too. I'm with you on that.
It's fantastic. It's so good.
And a lot more Georgetown scenes again added into it, which I love because I love to see the local flair. Sorry, there's my Exorcist ramble. We'll save that for the episode. That's what they call a teaser.
Yeah,
for some time when we do this.
Well done. It'll be soon. I'm gonna put their feet to the fire. Don't worry. I've got you covered.
I'm ready.
You've got a redhead on it, and you've got one on the show. It's gonna happen.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm ready.
Okay. This one's, I feel like you can get this one, but I may have done a little bit too much research into your show. So we'll see. What is one of, because there are a few, fears that Candyman sparked in children or adults?
Oh, okay.
Your favorite
razors
movie,
and candy.
Go ahead.
Razors and candy. Yes.
Bees.
Okay.
Gotta be bees.
You gotta be afraid of bees after this movie. You gotta be a little bit afraid of them after watching that, right?
That's true. That is an answer I hadn't considered.
I was afraid of bees from that movie. I mean, I was afraid of bees kind of already.
Yeah.
But
definitely doesn't make it easier.
But yeah, it's so I would say definitely those two. What else? That there's a mirror in your home that opens into another.
She loves the movie.
That there's a mirror in your home that opens into another scary place. I mean, we've seen like TikToks and like YouTube videos where people show that their mirror really does that.
Yes. No, I've read about this. I've heard about it. It's real. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take those as my 3. Matt, can you think of any other ones?
I mean, the only thing I can really think of is, we're talking like legitimate fears, or are we like analyzing deeper into fears of like urban life and things like that we touched on?
I think we can go into all of those things because you touched them all in the episode.
So, I think the one thing that I like I love locations for movies. I love to do that. And I think that if you know anything about Chicago, you know about Cabrini Green, that was the housing project that was there. It was probably the worst of all time. Maybe not the worst. One of the worst in this country. Like Robert Taylor homes in like St. Louis was bad. But, the whole thing is it's a societal fear thing, too. And it's a racism fear, quite frankly, is in there, too.
Yeah.
And, it's Candyman is this guy who's feared. He's a black guy, right? It's a fear of a place that no one seems to understand. Like in real life, Cabrini Green was like a horrible place. But at the same time, I think we mentioned the reality was it was home to a lot of people. And it was a place where a lot of people, that was their home. And they wanted to live there. Yeah. They didn't want to move when they were told to move out because they finally demolished the place.
Yeah.
So it's the setting. If you read the actual short story, what is it? Sweets for the Sweet or whatever? Or no, what is the actual Clive Barker story? What is it called that Candyman is based on? I know you've read it. I think you read it. I know I have.
She did read it, and I listened to it today again.
I blanked out, and I can't remember the actual name.
I don't remember.
It's not called Candyman, but it's set in London because he's British. But it's like a hierarchy story too. So that's part of it. It takes place in this slum. It's just got a couple of different things. There's a couple of different messages going on in it. So, I think those are fears. Now, outright fears of like bees and stuff, whatever. But yeah, fears of like different places, somewhere you don't understand, people you don't understand, things like that are in there too. Big time. Absolutely, I think. And the remake, I haven't seen it yet. I hear it's good. I
have seen the remake. I saw it recently. I really liked it.
They used the row houses that are still there. The high rises are gone. They still use some of it to shoot it. So some of it's still kind of there in a way.
I would say it was not, to me, it did not live up to the first one, to the original, but it was still very good.
And what's his face made it, who makes great
It was
movies?
still really interesting.
No, he's the producer. Peele, right? He didn't shoot.
Peele produced it.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. My on-demand wanted $20 to rent it. And I said, I'm sorry, $20 to rent a movie? I don't think so.
Yeah, we waited. We waited
like
until it was like $4 to rent.
I'm dead serious.
How much was buying it?
Right. Even going to a theater is cheaper than that, right? So
anyway. Yeah.
I will.
No, check again, because we waited until on Amazon it was like a few dollars to rent.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Because I wanted to watch it like right away, and I was like, but I'm not paying $20 to rent it.
That's one of the
I did the same thing.
Briefly, that's just one of those fears. It's she's this white woman, going to this urban neighborhood that the world and society forever has told her is where gangs and black people live, and you can't go there. And it's like the boogeyman or something, right? Like that's just part of it, It's interesting.
I also like that they flipped it and they made him like really sexy.
Well, he's also a sympathetic guy in a way, right?
Oh, totally.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Exactly. He's not,
he has been wronged, like deeply, horribly, horrifically wronged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Read the short story, man. It's really good.
Also, listen to that episode. It really is my favorite.
The Forbidden, right? Is that
yes.
it? The Forbidden. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Clive Barker. We got to do Hellraiser, by the way. That movie's crazy.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
That is one I have not seen yet.
It's pretty.
I may have to ask you all for a list of ones. So I don't know if you know this.
Clive Barker, his stuff is outrageous. It's pretty great.
Okay. I think Tara knows this. I like to actually watch the movie before I listen to your episodes. So I'll like find the movie, and that's how I like determine which episodes I listen.
Okay, interesting. I like.
Because I like to formulate my own opinions, and then I like to hear.
Watch. I haven't watched Hellraiser in a long time, so we might have to watch it together.
Good movie. Man.
I am so.
We might have to all get together and watch it.
I own it.
Matt, we're coming over.
Okay. We can watch.
We're coming to it for you.
So close.
It's sitting on this bookshelf behind me with a million other movies right now, so we can watch it whenever.
So we have a new question.
Over.
Yeah, what now?
We have a new question.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is a hard one. Okay.
What is everyone's favorite? Okay, yeah.
Ellen says, what is everyone's favorite horror movie of all time and why?
All right. So
she said everyone, so that means you too, Sarah.
All right. I'm going to answer mine by not answering it. I'm sorry, because the answer to the question is the same as someone that has 4 children and you asking them who your favorite kid is. You can't answer that question because there isn't an answer to that. I've said this before, and I'll quote myself again. If you put a gun to my head and said, you have to tell me your favorite movie or I'm going to shoot you, if that's the situation, I'm picking Halloween. That doesn't mean that's the answer. That's the closest I can give you.
Okay. I'm gonna sidestep the question too by saying
that was a good politician move right there, wasn't it? I didn't really answer, but I answered.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot a little bit.
Yeah.
I won't say it's my favorite horror movie of all time because there are several that are real strong contenders. Right. But a movie that I find myself telling people about a lot because I think it's really fantastic and almost nobody has seen it as far as I can tell is Dark Song. And we reviewed that not too long ago.
That's right.
And I think Dark Song is just so kind of scary,
Original?
but also kind of beautiful and
Original.
meaningful.
I can't think of anything like it. Yeah, it really is
Yeah,
very
there's
original.
nothing like it. So I
Yeah.
don't know that I'd say it's absolutely my favorite of all time, but it's
You love
one
that
that
movie.
when people
Yeah.
are like, oh, tell me your favorite horror movie, I'm like, you know what? Let me tell you about this one because you probably don't know it, and it should be seen by a lot more people.
Yeah, you love it, and I agree. I really liked it too. I will add one more thing, if again to the gun to my head point. I'm sorry, it's a terrible reference, but I think I would only say it because maybe it's because I learn more about production and whatever every year. But like when I watch I only watch it once a year on Halloween with the lights off, like it's like my have to do kind of thing. Like it gets better every time I see it. I don't know how to explain other than that. I literally like it more every single year I watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets better.
All right, so Sarah, I want to know what your favorite horror movie is.
This is really hard. You know that I have, well, maybe you don't know this. I am the worst at picking favorites. It gives me like real guilt
Oh, no.
about like,
Okay, so sidestep like we did.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, and now I've gone into books. Dang it.
Well, if they became movies, that's okay. That's fine, right?
Well, yeah, but the book isn't, my favorite. Like the movie adaptation isn't necessarily my favorite, but The Shining is definitely one of my favorite books.
Okay. Oh yeah, The Shining's a really good book. So Ellen says, okay, she'll rephrase a movie you could watch over and over and never get sick of, or maybe just top 3. She said, I know it's a hard question.
I really appreciate that because I'm struggling.
Okay. I can give you.
What's one that you have watched over and over?
Well, that's all of them for me. But one I can tell you that I can watch over and over again really is George, the original Dawn of the Dead. That's awesome. That is just like sit back and just like eat a pizza or something and just like watch. It's just awesome. Like it's so much fun to watch. It's campy.
Oh, William.
It's gory.
Yeah.
It's just like awesome. That's one for sure. Let's see. Oh, Nosferatu. Bill says, yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
I
Bill's
have not
going
seen
old
it in
school.
so long. I don't know if I can do it over and over, but that's a pretty great movie.
That's a great movie.
So The Shining, like I used to have like an addiction to it. I used to go rent it, and I would sit on a weekend and watch it 7 or 8 times over like a weekend, just over and over and over and over and over. I've probably seen The Shining over 100 times. One more, a top 3, God, that I can watch just all the time. Maybe the ninth, Terry, maybe the Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate would be one for me too.
Yeah.
Actually, Ninth Gate would be would be one though I could watch over and over. I have watched it over and over.
Like if it's on TV, like I'm sitting down for a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Ninth
3.
Gate's
Those
amazing.
are 3. Those are 3 right there, I guess.
That was that our second episode that we did Ninth Gate? We did that really early.
It was a little bit later, but it was early on. Yeah, it was early on.
Yeah, I
those
love
are 3
Gate.
right. Those are 3 right there. Ghoulies, awesome. Yeah, those are 3 I can think of right there that are just like fun to watch, I guess, right?
I fainted during Scream. Does that count?
Why?
When they go into that last scene where they start stabbing each other, like right before totally spoileries here.
Well, that's what we do here, so that's
what we do here.
The kitchen scene before the kitchen scene or before the kitchen scene?
Yeah, like right when they went into the kitchen scene and that's the first sound. I got up and I was like walking out and because I started feeling like woozy and I was like 11 when Scream came out or like 13.
1996. Scream.
Yeah.
Scream, yeah.
Yeah. So I was 11.
I was a little older than that.
And so I was leaving the theater.
It's fine.
And I woke up on the disgusting movie theater carpet.
Oh, that's traumatic.
Twice. And then they were like, here, let's give you a Sprite. And they hadn't cleaned the taps in like a million years. And there was like mildew floating in it. And I was like,
that's terrible.
I don't want to hear any more of this story.
It was my own little horror story. So I guess I'm gonna go with Scream on that. Okay. We're gonna go with my most traumatic movie going experience.
Scream.
Hyper 3 Cube says Ghoulies.
Ghoulies, yeah.
Ghoulies.
What,
Yeah.
okay, name the reason people want to watch Ghoulies. There's a reason. Do you know what it is?
Because they're cute little gribblies.
They might look cute. Maybe it's Ghoulies too. I don't know. But one of the promotional posters had one of them coming out of a toilet. And because of that, people want to see the movie because it has someone crawling out of a toilet. I'm not lying.
I love marketing stuff that works like that. Do you know?
That's the genius of marketing right there. That's exactly it. That's the definition of marketing.
Brilliant. It's
and that,
so brilliant.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I'll be very brief. This rewinds back to the point of why horror movies for me. Horror movie posters have always been the best, right?
Yes.
So when you're a kid, you see these cool fonts and these bloody graphics and stuff like a creature
and cool
crawling.
Lighting.
Yes, and a creature crawling out of a toilet. You see that stuff and you're like, I want to see this movie. For me, that was the case. I wanted to see this stuff. That's exactly it. That's a huge reason right there. Yeah.
All right, so I just realized we're like a few minutes over.
Yeah, we don't want to drag everyone.
I'm about to wrap it.
Do we have more? Okay. I was going to say we should
More
ask people if they want us to just keep going.
More of everything.
Well, that's totally fine. I was watching the time. I'm a professional here.
We know. Yes. And I'm a stickler for time, but I'm gonna let that
I know.
I
know.
And I'm the one who doesn't care, and I'm the one who is like, guys.
You know what? I do live events, and it's always about time. So hey, just...
I mean, I got
you. You know what? I got a few more. Yes, Danny isn't here, Mrs. Torrance. I got a few more in me. I got a few more questions in me. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Okay. Well, first, should we throw it out to the studio audience first?
All right, guys.
Do we have any yet?
We're gonna at least do one more question. So while we're doing that,
because you're tied,
let us know. Oh, we're tied. We need a tiebreaker.
All right.
I mean, I've got
so let us know if we should keep going for a little while, because we need a tiebreaker at least. We'll definitely do the tiebreaker.
Okay. Do you want your tiebreaker now?
Let's do it.
Sure.
God, I have 3 good ones. I have 1 deep cut that I'm gonna just take off the list.
I mean, like I said, I'm good for 2 or 3 more questions. So whatever.
Okay.
Oh, well, we just got another audience question, so I think they're okay to keep going.
Okay.
All right. Well, do you want to answer the audience question first?
Sure, let's do that. So Ellen asks, favorite podcast episode you produced?
Okay.
Wow. Okay, I know.
I really liked, it was our longest one. I really liked talking about Dracula.
Oh, Dracula was really good too.
Bram Stoker's Dracula is pretty great movie. I don't know, maybe just because of all the cool tech stuff in it. Remember we went over, I thought it was just so cool.
Yep.
I really liked, because we went on, I didn't even realize it. That episode is literally an hour and a half long. Like, it is our longest one. I really liked doing that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a really, really good one.
Agreed.
Okay, let me see. What was my favorite?
Was
my favorite?
Oh man.
My favorite.
That's one I could add. That's one I could add.
I think I know what it was though.
I've watched Dracula a zillion times too.
Yeah,
I think my Dracula favorite in school.
I think my favorite was Alien.
Okay,
when Brienne Hannick Gleason came on.
We went pretty long on that one too, didn't we?
Well, and Brienne Hannick Gleason was so much fun. Like,
she loves
and
that
we
movie.
Gave you crap about naming your boat Nostradamus, and it was really fun.
She loves that movie, so that was great to have like a super fan. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. It was fantastic to have someone who loved the movie so much and like
Alien's a great movie.
Really got into it all.
Yeah, agreed.
I also very much appreciated the commentary on the scenery, and
that's what makes the movie so scary. Oh well, yes,
and the phallic symbols.
But if you get your mind out of the gutter for like 2 seconds, I mean,
loved it.
That's what makes the movie.
Oh, and
scary.
I also recently learned, and I think I was calling him H.R. Geiger, but his name is actually pronounced H.R. Giger.
So we had asked about that, and I've never known it. Is it Giger? I thought it was Giger, but I.
Yeah, apparently I haven't watched it yet, but on Shudder there's an Aliens documentary.
What is it called?
And
Memory?
A couple of my friends watched it, and Memory, and they said, "Oh, it's Giger. It's actually pronounced Giger."
I've seen it on demand. I'm gonna watch it one of these days. It looks really good.
So in that they pronounce it Giger.
We'll go with that.
You know,
Okay, tiebreaker?
like as a former Hartenstein, if you called me Hartenstein, I didn't have hate for you about it.
It's one of those
not
names.
easy.
Well, my last name. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people have destroyed my last name, so I'm not even gonna go there. So anyway,
my last name should be easy, and people screw it up all the time.
of course they do. Everyone screws.
Oh, I'm
names.
Sara Alepin.
I like that.
Oh, but that's cute.
I went to pick up a tuxedo once for a wedding, and
this one you're wearing now?
No, sadly not this one. It was actually a different wedding, and they called me at wherever I rented it from, and they left a message for Matt Latosh.
Latosh.
Yes.
Wow, you sound like a porn star.
I'm thinking
Definitely.
capital L-A, capital T-O-S-H. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't Matt Latush.
I like that too, though.
That would be very porn starry.
Yes, that would be that'd be cartoonish, really, quite frankly. Yeah. Anyway,
all right, are you ready?
I'm ready for this tiebreaker.
Yeah. Tiebreaker. I'm gonna
So
lose.
we've got tiebreaker, and then I have one final real question for you two.
I'm ready.
All right.
So, what Disney movie influenced Dario Argento's Suspiria? Oh my God! Now I'm butchering
Suspiria.
I know the answer. I think Tara knows it too.
In episode 42.
Yeah, I think I remember. Wasn't it Snow White?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean,
well,
how does that break the tie?
So we kind of still tied.
Yeah. So that is kind of a problem, I guess.
That's cool. I'm cool tying.
I mean, I've got more.
I would like to break the tie. You guys were
all right.
You guys were all
go.
about competition earlier. So
I mean,
I'm just happy to not be losing. Like tying is fine for me. I just know I'm gonna lose. So
yeah, Tara came into this prepared to lose.
I came in prepared to lose.
Nah, man, we're not gonna do that. Let's go.
All right,
but I tailored these questions to be like where Tara would have a memory of it, but also to challenge both of you. What movie heavily features Doritos and Mountain Dew?
I think I know.
It's not Tucker and Dale. Is it Tucker and Dale? No.
Matt?
It's not Tucker and Dale.
I
made jokes about it.
Hold on. I know.
I remember joking about them, all the Doritos and Mountain Dew, like everywhere.
Babysitter?
No.
Damn
it. Which one was it? Hold on. Yeah, I'm blanking. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sarah gets a point.
Sarah gets a point. What does Sarah get a point for?
On the board for stumping.
What did Sarah get a point for?
For episode 41, Secret Window.
Secret Window.
Yeah.
Remember, he has them like in the drawer and like all over the place.
Yes, they're everywhere. I remembered talking about it. I just couldn't remember what it was from.
That movie like haunted my soul. I still actually have like a play-by-play memory of that whole movie because it haunted me it still haunts me. Listening to the episode haunted me all over again.
So then I want you to go read Secret Window, Secret Garden, which is the short story Stephen King wrote. So go read that.
I'm going to need a list of books from you, I think.
I have a pretty long list.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I have to read like multiple books at one time because I get really sad when they end. I like grief books when they end. Wow. It's so weird.
If you haven't read Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House, that's really good too.
I listened to that one on audio. That was good. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Very gothic.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I did watch The Haunting of Hill House, but okay.
The book is very interesting.
Shirley Jackson did a lot of.
Okay, so we're still tied.
All right,
you're still tied, and now Sarah's on the board with one. Right. Huge points here on my end. In which movie does one of the characters try to discourage others from getting down by yelling, "She's ovulating"?
Oh God. I mean, I think we both know. I mean, do you want to answer this one? Again, we're tied, obviously. If you know,
No,
this.
I forgot. You win because
Are
I
you
forget.
serious?
Are you?
It's ginger snaps.
Oh God, of course. See, I knew it. I get on the spot and I blank.
You freeze up.
I freeze, guys.
You know what?
I freeze.
Give her a word to spell. It's like a spelling bee thing. You think she would answer, or you think she'd freeze? She'd lock up.
Oh,
boy.
100%. Tara
no.
just doesn't want anyone else to not feel great all the time.
All right, give me a word. Give me a
can't.
word. I think I could spell a word though.
Lamborghini.
Ginger. Ginger Lamborghini.
Gingr. Lamborghini. I don't know how to spell.
I think it was
Ginger.
The first time.
Do I win?
Oh.
Have I won? Did I won this contest?
Too much wine. You win. You win. You win.
Great. I'm so thrilled. It just made my
Matt,
day.
Tara owes you a beer when we get together.
Owe me something, right? So, all right.
All right. So if we don't have any other questions from the audience, then I'm going to ask my last question, and then I will release you all into your Friday the 13th.
Into the night.
All right.
What are you currently working on?
Oh, do you want to go first, Matt?
Yeah, because I actually have something awesome to mention. I have two awesome things to mention. So not currently working on, but as we speak, my documentary about the Chesapeake Bay Monster, Chessie, is going to be screened at a film festival in Vegas tomorrow. I will not be there. I just want to play in it. So now I can tell people that I've played Vegas. That's like the great thing in my life. I can tell people from now on I've played Vegas. And it's going to be in a festival, the Upstate New York Film Festival later on in June as well. So it's got some recognition. When it's done, I'll post it online so everybody can watch it because I want everyone to see it. I put a lot of work into it. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I interviewed a guy who wrote his dissertation on Chessie. Yes, someone wrote a dissertation on it. So that was great. Second piece is going to be, this will come later. Anyone's heard of Matthews County, Virginia, and the Old House Woods? It's a very haunted place in the Middle Peninsula of Virginia. I'm in the very embryonic stages of an idea to put something together. I've had a good conversation with someone who grew up there. So that's really all I'm at liberty to divulge at this point. So
wait, so are you at liberty to divulge whether it would be fiction or nonfiction?
No, this will be like documentary style as well.
Okay.
It is fact based.
Very cool.
I don't know the what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be about this place that is like crazy haunted and has been haunted for like hundreds of years. So
nice.
Anyway, there you go.
I love it.
Chessie, go to my website, hilltopvideos.com. You can go to the Instagram for it as well. I will post it soon, probably on the YouTube page. I want to get it screened. I want to get it shown first and see what it does, and then it'll be for the public. I think you will enjoy it. Yeah, I think it's good. So that's what I was working on right now. So Matthews County, I don't know when that's going to happen yet. That's still down the road. Like I said, it just literally became an idea like a week ago. So anyway.
I love that.
Awesome.
We've spent a lot of time there, actually.
Think about like Occoquan that we did, Tara, sort of in that somewhat of that vein. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Occoquan was fun.
Old House Woods of Matthews, Virginia.
And Matt is sort of carrying on that tradition from when we did that. And when I can, I come out and I help him shoot a little.
Yeah.
But because I helped you shoot Bunnyman Bridge.
Bunnyman is good.
When you did that one. So that was fun.
It's awesome.
So my current project, I am rekindling my old my love for fiction, for creative filmmaking, and I am have adapted a screenplay from a short story that a friend of mine wrote that's a gothic horror. It's called The Strangle of Ivy, and we are shooting in September, and we just put out our Kickstarter pre-launch page. So it's really cool. It's woman-led.
I've seen it.
It's only 2 women in the whole like story. It's very
May I ask
much
a question?
dealing with
I love the artwork, the picture. I saw it earlier.
Isn't it great?
Did you create this?
No, I'm going to give a shout out to our friend Janet Linton who did it for us. She's a fantastic graphic artist.
Beautiful artwork. Loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So if you want to keep up with what we're doing, you can do one of two things. I would say do both. Hey, why not? The big one, go to bit.ly/The Strangle of Ivy. And there you can hit the notify me button and it will let you know when the Kickstarter actually officially launches.
Today.
Yay! Thank you.
It was great.
And then if you want to follow more and get even more information, you can, and like stuff on my upcoming projects that I do after this, you can actually go to Terracotta, TARAKATA films, terracottafilms.com/newsletter and sign up for my newsletter and you'll find out everything I'm doing from now on. So we are working to bring a woman's perspective to horror film. And there has been some of that, but I think there could definitely be more. There's only like, I want to say it was like 24% of the top 100 horror films in 2019 were like starred women, and only like 17% were directed by women. And that's, although it's better than it used to be, it's still kind of abysmal. So we want to fix that. And we want to make great women's horror.
2 movies that I love directed by women: Mary Lambert, Pet Sematary,
Mm-hmm,
and I feel terrible. I forget her name. Directed American Psycho. Like, that's crazy.
Yes,
A woman directing a movie
it's,
about
Catherine,
a movie about
Catherine Bigelow, isn't it?
No, she did not do Psycho, I don't think.
No, who did American Psycho?
I can't remember now, but I love it's just interesting that a woman made a movie about a guy who's the worst, like, just could not treat women more horribly in the whole, like, than anyone ever. And a woman made the movie about it. But those are 2 great ones by women right there. There you go. There's 2 examples.
Oh, it's Mary Harron.
Mary Harron. Oh, 2 Mary. Okay, so Mary Lambert and Mary Harron. There you go. Cool.
Mary Harron directed that. Okay.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah, both great movies too.
Oh, yeah.
So
excellent.
So that's what we're trying to do, and we're doing it all local.
Love it.
Well, I am so proud of you all. You have made well, first of all, Matt, congratulations. You won by 1.
See you later. It's all that matters. Screw you guys.
I got an abysmal 1 point.
So we didn't do too bad then.
Yeah.
You did. You all did great.
We know some things about what we've done. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are great. I love it.
Well, thank you for coming on. We loved having you on.
Yeah, this is good.
We always do.
Well, thank you for having me. I love the Scary Movie Project. Shock. I know I've been a guest before. I've hosted the, favorite episode thing and whatever too. I'm sure everyone is shocked here, but I love it. It's the best. You all are so wonderful. I love your perspective as film aficionados who actually really love this content, and you also care about what this content means for the world too. So thanks for putting it out there.
Well,
thank you.
It's just our humble part.
I'm like blushing now.
Our humble part for society, so.
So let me see. I have to do our wrap up, don't I? I have to take us home.
Take us home, man.
Oh my gosh, wait. Everything's opening on my computer and I can't take us home. Guys, I need my notes, okay? We have already just established that my brain is a sieve.
Tara needs notes, yes.
He's never done this before.
So next up, I didn't write down what's next up. Hold on. I know what's next up, you guys.
Okay.
This is live. It's just all sorts of crazy.
Live TV, people.
Oh, next up, 522. Ooh, I'm so excited about next up. And we already recorded it. It's going to be great. Okay. Next up is The Witch.
Oh, Yay! Man. What a great movie.
Good.
Yeah.
So don't forget, you can subscribe, follow the podcast, rate and review us, all that good stuff on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever you're listening on, Google Podcasts. And then more people will be able to find us and follow us too. And don't forget to send us your movie suggestions like Sarah just did in person with us. And your thoughts on the movies we've watched so far at thescarymovieproject@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Scary Movie Project.
Remember, Jason's out there.
Peace out.
The Scary Movie Project podcast is produced by Tara Garwood and Matt Lulich. Learn more at thescarymovieproject.com.